So can LSU schedule a cupcake game for once? Hey guys, Austin Shot here for the first LSU video of the season. Sorry that there was not a preview video. Life comes at you sometimes, guys, but I am here for what's important. To talk about what went wrong with this LSU team in this week 1 game. That is the same story for 5 years in a row. I know some people don't count, that Mississippi State and that UCLA game, but I count that. And under Brian Kelly, same story, right? You are a team that looked underprepared at times throughout this game, but still somehow in the end it was a close game. So let's get into this game, right? What should we talk about first? I think offensively that's the main point of this game, right? Because there was a lot of talk about, hey, is Garrett Nussmeier just going to come in and replace Jayden Daniels, a Heisman winning quarterback? And he did his job fine. I was pleasantly surprised with Garrett Nussmeier, knowing what we knew about him, right? He's a gunslinger. He will throw the ball in difficult situations, and you may get interceptions. And I'm glad the only interception that came was when the game was out of hand. So great job there. Great job from Lacey, Taylor. But I say this, right? The offense lead over USC because of some great defensive work, and we'll talk about the defense in a second. But had an opportunity to hit the dagger twice in that fourth quarter, but they did not. And Brian Kelly talked about this post game. I think every LSU fan should go and watch this post game. You've probably seen the clip of him slamming his fist on the table, but I think you should watch it fully, right? You hear him talk about how this team does not know what to do with a lead. They don't know how to handle it, and he ultimately put the blame on him and his coaching staff, and that's fair, right? Because that's how the game was. LSU did not know how to handle this lead. They did not know how to throw the dagger and take USC out of it. And sometimes you just gotta give credit to the defense. I'm not shocked because Alex Grinch isn't coaching the USC defense, but this defense, the USC defense, they adjusted, and just great stuff from the USC defense. You gotta give them credit for how they handled LSU. If I had any problems with this game from LSU's standpoint offensively, it's getting the ball first. That I am never a fan of that. Never a fan of that. If you think you are the 13th ranked team in college football going into this game, I know that doesn't matter, but you have to act like we're back. So, as I was saying, you're the preseason ranked 13th team. You have to act like it, right? You're one of the... And acting like it isn't, going out there getting the ball first, right? If you... The only time that was right for LSU was against Bama, right? They had to be aggressive that first year under Brian Kelly against Bama. And, against Georgia. I forgot that Georgia game. I think they got the ball first side. But if you think you are the better team than USC, because most people would think that, and I think LSU fought that. They know how frustrating it is under Brian Kelly that they cannot win a week 1 game. So I'm not a fan of that. And another thing I'm not a fan of, there are great offensive linemen on this LSU football team. Will Campbell Emory will be first-round picks. But this offensive line could not block to start the run game at all for LSU this game. I was very disappointed in that aspect of the game for LSU, that they cannot start a run game. Jaden Daniels is not back there to give you the running yards, guys. You have to be aggressive. You have to fight. That's another thing. And you have a great O-line coach, but that's another thing. You gotta give credit to the USC defense as well. This is a game where, I'll say this, right? USC wanted this win more, right? They were prepared to throw the dagger. They were prepared to try and stop you at every single point in this game. Even when it was so easy to just, drop back and let you pass and run out the clock, they still got an interception in the end to seal the game. Didn't even give you a chance to use those 8 seconds. So that's my take on this offense. I'm pleasantly surprised with how the passing offense worked. I was not a fan of the aggressiveness early on. And they need to figure out what to do with leads. And also the run game. Figure that out. So let's talk defense, right? I love the defense, right? I know in the end, you look at the USC's stats, you think they did bad. I don't think they did bad. They did their job when it was necessary. They gave stops to this LSU offense to try and steal this game away, and the LSU offense did not handle it well. So, fine with that. One thing I'm not fine with, I know, Harold Perkins is a linebacker. He has to be in pass coverage sometimes, but I feel like at times you need to make him pass rush more. I just feel like sometimes he just disappears from games, even though I know he's just being a linebacker and covering players. But yeah, I appreciate what this LSU defense did against a Lincoln Riley offense. When, if this was last year, I would have thought that USC would drop 40 points, but they only dropped 27 on you. So, honestly, great stuff there. So, what's left? As I said before, right, this is the 5th time this has happened to LSU, and next year they are going to Clemson to face them. So let's just hope Clemson ain't good next year. But yeah, very frustrating game for LSU. They had so many opportunities to seal the deal, but one thing I forgot. One thing I think this is important to talk about. I talked about the Brian Kelly post game interview. One of the things that I appreciate from him saying is that we put the defense in a position that they are not ready for. But even though they were not ready for it, they still handled it pretty well. But anyway, let's get back on topic, right? LSU, they are 0-1 on season. With the expanded playoffs, there's always a chance for them. I really don't. I think they can surprise people this year. But if this ain't an 11-win team, I will be very disappointed. That's what I'll say on this. So, hope you guys enjoyed this video. This is Dawson Rashard. More LSU videos on the way all throughout the season. So, enjoy this video. Like, subscribe, comment. And I will see you guys next time.